धन्यवाद। माननीय अजीत कुमार भूया, प्लीज।
Respected Honorable Deputy Chairman, sir, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. We are discussing on the subject on the working of the Ministry of Development of Northeastern region. So, I would like to observe certain aspects of or activities of donor and particularly Northeastern Council. So, Northeast India continues to be an industrially underdeveloped and infrastructurally deficient region. Everybody must agree to this point, because if we want to achieve the goal, we must start from reality. Then what is the reality? If you are not clear about that, we cannot achieve the goal. So I am again want to tell that underdeveloped and infrastructurally deficient region, the Northeast. Sir, the poor condition of infrastructure in the region demands serious attention. Critical infrastructure is directly linked to economic development, national security, access and availability of educational and health infrastructure. Sir, if you go to the government reports, I am not talking about opposition reports or my reports, but if you go to the government reports, because of the time factor I cannot elaborate many things, then you will find that educational and health infrastructure is very poor in Assam, and particularly in Assam and the Northeastern region. The Ministry of Development of the Northeastern region, donor, is the only ministry with territorial jurisdiction and functions to coordinate the development efforts in the Northeastern region. The Department of Northeastern region, set up in 2001, was converted into the full-fledged ministry in 2004. So Ministry of Donor aims to give focused attention to addressing the special needs of the Northeastern region. It coordinates with various ministries, departments, primarily concerned with development activities in NER. However, respective ministries, departments remain responsible for the implementation of programs in their respective fields. Sir, the ministry implements various schemes, including schemes of North Leftable Central Pool of Resources, NLCPR, that have been restructured as Northeast Special Infrastructure Development Scheme, and special packages through state governments of NER and some central ministries. So, non-lapsable initiatives, if you look into the initiatives and other highlights of Ministry of Donor, the non-lapsable Central Pool Resources, Northeast Special Infrastructure Development Scheme, the special development packages, namely Bodoland Territorial Council, Dima Hasa Autonomous Territorial Council, and Karbi Anglong Autonomous Territorial Council. Social and Infrastructure Development Fund is intended for Arunachal Pradesh and other remote hilly border areas with the tribal population facing special problems that cannot be tackled through normal schemes. There are many schemes sanctioned by the Ministry of Donor from its beginning, and the schemes are to ensure integrated socio-economic development of the 8 states of the Northeastern region, including Sikkim. The objectives inter alia include balanced development of the northeastern region. But sir, I'm very sorry to say that but almost 20 years later, the Ministry of Donor has not been able to come up with proper development of the region. The majority of projects have not been completed and are behind schedule. My friend Tasa, he mentioned about Congress rule. मैंने उसको ये बोलना चाहता हूँ कि उसका मिसरूल का लिए ही तो बीजेपी को लाया लोगों ने, लेकिन नॉर्थ ईस्ट एक ऐसी है रीजन जहां डाइवर्स कल्चर है उसमें, तो आप लोग वहां में अभी क्या करते हैं, डिवीजन करके सबको खत्म करने जा रहे हैं। द पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ डिवीजन। आप लोग कल्चर के बारे में दिल्ली में बहुत दुख से बोलता हूं। ही वांटेड टू स्पीक इन असमीज, आई अप्रिशिएट हिम, मनोज झा, लेकिन दिल्ली में बैठ के आप लोग को ये मालूम नहीं होता कि असम और नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लोग क्या चाहते हैं, उनका कल्चर क्या है, उनका होप्स क्या है, उनका एस्पिरेशंस क्या है। ये बहुत दुख की बात है। तो आप एक बीजेपी होने के नाते आप जो बोल रहे हैं 1960s की चाइनीज वॉर के बारे में बोल रहे हैं, इज नो वे कनेक्टेड विद द नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न डेवलपमेंट टिल नाउ, इज नो वे कनेक्टेड। वो एक अलग सेक्टर था। नाउ यू डू नॉट टेल अस दैट जीडीपी से बांग्लादेश, नेपाल, इससे हम लोग का जीडीपी कम है, ये नहीं बोलते आप लोग। So, my friend, he has said that Prime Minister, the only Prime Minister who visited Assam for more than 40 times. Northeast, but whatever it is. Lekin what is the result? That is the main point. Now everybody is talking about that. That Prime Minister visited, that became an election slogan. Lekin what is the result? Tell me. You tell me what is the development. You show us the report, the economic development. As he has rightly said, कि इलेक्शन रिजल्ट से आप इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट को जोड़ नहीं पाएंगे। और आप लोग बोल रहे हैं कि असम में शांति है, देयर इज पीस इन द स्टेट, पीस प्रिवेलिंग इन द स्टेट। तभी भी आप लोगों ने एक ड्रैकोनियन Armed Forces Special Power Act is extended there in every year after year. What is this? On one hand, you are talking about peace. You are claiming that peace is prevailing there. And on the other hand, you are using the Armed Forces Special Power Act, which is a dangerous act. Everybody has accepted this, other parts of the country. And your earlier government, in Congress rule, the commission was formed with a justice, I have forgotten the name, he was the chairman of the committee. उन लोगों ने बार बार बोला है कि this is a draconian law. Even UNO has spoke against that act, but you did nothing. वो कांग्रेस का था तो आप लोगों ने क्या किया, उसको क्यों हटाया नहीं, ये बोलना पड़ेगा हम लोग को। So, what is the result? 40-50 times, that is not very important. ये पहले प्राइम मिनिस्टर भी है जो देश में एक उनके वाराणसी में 3 दिन बैठा इलेक्शन जीतने को लिए। वेस्ट बंगाल में कितना गया और तृणमूल की वो लोग बोलेंगे कितना बार गया। तो कोई प्राइम मिनिस्टर पहले ऐसे इलेक्शन में ही जाता था, ये तो बोलना चाहिए ना। तो आपको मिनिस्ट्री में लाया जाएगा, हम लोग डिमांड करेंगे, we will demand that Kamakhya Tasa should be included in the cabinet.
Mr. Bhuyan, you should not address them, you address the chair.
Yes, I am talking about the stand, but he has mentioned so many things which is not acceptable, sir. Which is not acceptable. It's a political speaking, political speech. So anyway, so almost 20 years later, the Ministry of Donor has not been able to come up with a proper development in the region. I again want to tell, sir, if you do not start from reality, if you do not accept the reality, then you cannot achieve the goal. There have been reports regarding funds not being released in time and delays in sending utilization certificates and other documents in a number of cases, sir, resulting in delays in the completion of the projects. So now I would like to speak few words on NorthEastern Council. The NorthEastern Council, Shillong, which was set up in 1971, is under the administrative control of the Ministry of Donor. It is a statutory regional planning body. But you have given me 10 minutes, from 5 minutes from Congress side, 5 minutes from my side. Regional planning body which provides financial assistance for a variety of projects, including infrastructure projects like construction of roads, improving air connectivity, etc., through state governments. Regarding NEC, it's a very astonishing fact. The budget of NEC is about 1,200 crores to 1,500 crores, if I am not wrong. So, suppose if Assam budget is about 60,000 crores, how will 15,000 crores of NEC budget be distributed in 8 states? I do not understand. How can it be distributed? Assam budget? 1,500. 1,500 crores. 1,500 crores. Right. So what is the principle of distribution of these small budgetary allocation funds to 8 northeastern states? This is very important. This question should be asked from this side. So you try to increase this. That should be your rule, not to blame earlier governments. Earlier governments have already, people have punished them. It is finished. It is a closed chapter. So most of the projects sanctioned under the NorthEastern Council have been the subject of numerous complaints of irregularities. It's a very important point. Numerous complaints of irregularities and corruption. So there are many investigations going under the Central Bureau of Investigation for such irregularities. Now, will the minister say, has anyone even ever been convicted of any of the nefarious schemes of the CBI or the NEC? Very important point. Sir,
Time is over.
2 minutes.
No, your time is over.
Has the
sir,
you have given everybody 2 minutes.
More because of his
so only
request.
2
Yeah,
minutes.
not that
Has
over.
the public been informed?
That's over. Please conclude, Mr. Bhuyan.
At the beginning, sir, Chairman sir has said us to be serious about Northeastern region, and he has appealed everybody to participate in this discussion. As I am from Northeast, sir, give me 2-3 minutes more. Not much. So has the public been informed that the CBI has investigated?
You make your concluding point.
It's a very important point. There are so many irregularities and corruption cases pending before the CBI, as I have got information. They convicted anyone in corruption cases. So as far as I know, a stadium is being built in Lakhimpur for 47 crores, and in tennis court in Swalkusi for 26 crores. Now no one knows what its status is. But if it were a cancer hospital, sir, the people of 7 states would benefit from it. A tennis court, a stadium cannot help, cannot contribute anything to 7 states. But a cancer hospital will benefit 7 states, people of 7 states. Sir, let me conclude. Sometimes both NEC and the Honor Ministry are sanctioned projects separately with a single budget which is no meaning, and I suggest NEC should be given full financial power to implement projects. The NorthEastern Council is not having sufficient budgetary allocation, then what is the need of NEC? That is the main point. Sir, furthermore, the government of India announced NorthEastern region is a bamboo region, and the people are started its cultivation with a big hope. After the mission, there are 2 paper mills have been closed. Surprisingly, the paper has manufacturing through bamboo.
Thank you. Thank you,
Then
Mr.
why
Bhuyan.
the government
Your
come up
time is
with
over.
such a permission?
I have given you
So
extra
now
time
you are-
also, even
now
that is over.
Some members, they are talking
Thank you
about
very much.
economic development, about the benefit given by government of India.
I am
Now-
calling the next speaker.
Now tell us why so many industries, as Ripun Bora has rightly mentioned, that last...
I am calling the next speaker.
Just a minute,
Mr.
sir.
Bhuyan.
Just a minute.
Vinay
In 7 years, not a mega project has been announced in Assam. So how can
Next
you tell
speaker,
that there is
Mr.
economic
Vinay Visham. I have already
development?
called the next
Everything is sold out, sir. You are talking about
Not
looking at
present.
Gopinath Broadway. That is not the license. We
So
are not
next
giving.
speaker is Mr. Rakesh Sinha.
Sir, just a minute, just
I have given you
just
enough
a
time.
point, sir.
I have already called the next
I
speaker.
appreciate,
Don't take his time, please.
I am very happy that you have given Gopinath Bordoloi the Bharat Ratna.
Thank you.
But that is not the license to sell the airport. That is
Thank
my
you.
point. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Sinha.